My roommate has been making me give him oral since I can't pay rent while pregnant. I 25F, am 6 months pregnant and my boyfriend was arrested a while ago. My roommate, 30 meters, and I are both on the lease, and since I'm pregnant I have been unable to work. Since I couldn't pay rent, my roommate offered to pay it for me if I gave him oral every day. At first I said no, but I wasn't making enough to be able to continue living there, so I ended up accepting his offer since I didn't want to be homeless. Now whenever I'm in the middle of doing something he will walk up to me and tell me that he wants me to suck him. I'm absolutely ashamed that I'm doing this since I have nobody I can stay with and have no other choice. Last night he woke me up so he could get a BJ. I'm reaching my breaking point and honestly think I'd rather be dead than in this situation. I need advice. If you're in the US, contact me and I can put you in touch with the right places to go and people to talk to. Actual good people and places. Women's shelters and legal aid. I'm in California, but I work with a large network of legal aid organizations across the US. I have national connections. I'm serious. This is rape by coercion. You know this wrong, but unfortunately pressing charges isn't going to help your rent situation. And your ass of a roommate would argue this is consensual, so the criminal aspect is going to be a train wreck. Not telling you not to press charges, but I understand if that's not a course of action you want to pursue. 1. You need another place to stay. Call your landlord and tell them you're pregnant but you no longer feel safe with your roommate. You can say you're being extorted in lieu of your half of the rent and you can't stay there. 2. It is definitely not ideal, but a women's shelter would be better than this. Tell your landlord you're looking at this option. You're eventually going to have a baby and this is not the kind of environment for you or your child. 3. Talk to rape crisis professionals. They might be able to give you more relevant advice here, but there may be exceptions to your lease given these circumstances. Have you looked into unemployment benefits? You may be able to get some sort of help so you can save up some money to move out. It's worth at least applying. Do you have any friends or family you can reach out to? If not, I'm sure there are shelters that can take you in. You need to get out of there. Your roommate is a creep and will probably not stop with oral. Please leave, grab your stuff and go when he isn't there. Take the time to deal with your lease when you are out of the apartment. I've had a friend that had to go to a women's shelter. It was clean. They gave her clothes, a bed, a shower, a communal kitchen and phone. There are social workers who will help you. You have nothing holding you to that place. Once your boyfriend comes back, do you think that will be the end of it? I can guarantee you he blackmails you into continuing. It's your life op and your baby's life. Y'all. A vulnerable woman is being exploited and some of you have the nerve to say prostitution. Fucking sick. I wish reaching through a screen and bitch slapping you shitheads were possible. Are you in the US? If you are on the same lease, your roommate can't evict you. Only your landlord can, and the landlord nor the police will like to hear how he is extorting a pregnant woman down on her luck. Call your landlord and let him know what is going on. And when your roommate wants oral, tell him to suck his own dick and remind him about Joseph Santani. That is the guy in NJ who is going to jail for a long time for extorting tenants for sex. Dude. Get the fuck out now. He is choking you and you are pregnant. Imagine what he will do when you have a newborn. Are you gonna stop nursing, if you do, your baby so that you can suck his dick because he demands it? Is he going to wake you up while you are exhausted with a baby? This guy is scum, and I fear for your kid as well. As a pregnant woman myself, what can we do to help? I'm worried sick for you right now. Feel free to message me. Can you talk to your parents, grandparents, a sibling, a women's shelter or charity? If you are eligible, try welfare or public housing. Things are escalating and it sounds like your roommate feels like he owns you if he is waking you up in the middle of the night. Don't stick around to see how much worse it gets. How is that going to be after you give birth? You'll be up all hours and he'll still be forcing himself on you whenever he feels like it. You poor girl. Look at your lease for the legal ramifications of not paying rent. Check local laws as to your rights as someone in the lease who can't pay. You have a lot more time to legally live there without paying rent to him. He can afford it, so that won't happen. He legally can't evict you, only the property manager can, and only law enforcement can make you leave after a lot of legal crap that had to be done. Good luck with this scumbag. For fuck's sake, why are people downvoting her comments? She's here for help, and the things she says are fucking relevant to the discussion. I don't know why the top post on here isn't something pointing out that this is rape. I can wholly understand not wanting to go to the police, but find a friend you can confide in, or family, and tell them what is happening. You are being raped by this man. I really want this to be fake. I'm so sorry that this is happening to you. This is not okay. As someone else said, if you are on the lease, he cannot kick you out even if you don't pay rent. A landlord would have to kick you out. I'd post your story on our legal advice, also add your state or country so they can give you pinpoint advice. He will eventually escalate this to sex. You need to get out of there for the baby and for yourself. I'm a lease owner myself and you can get out of a lease, at least in my state, if you feel like you're in danger. I would read over your lease for legal lease termination. You're pregnant and without a job. You qualify for a government assistance program called TANF, Temporary Assistance for Needy Families. You make under $400 a month. They will help you pay your share of rent, including transportation fare and food assistance, too. I was wrongfully terminated over a doctor's note lifting restriction when I was 7 months pregnant. No one would hire me as I was visibly very pregnant. My husband was in between Joe bullshit and this was hurting us financially. There was also a Goodwill program that paid me to look for a job. It's annoying, tedious and confusing. Just gather your lease, information on your incarcerated boyfriend, your rent, utility bills, proof of your residence and go to your local Department of Human Services office. Apply for TANF, SNAP, and Medicaid. Good luck, Hibiscus. Gonna get a lot of downvotes but fuck it. He isn't making you give him oral for rent, he offered and you accepted. If you are on the lease he can't kick you out, a landlord has to do so. Quit paying anything, save what money you make and move out. Explain to your landlord what is going on and ask to be removed from the lease, definitely a justified reason to be removed. Wow, all this rape comments. Roommate is a creep and taking advantage of the situation, but in no fucking world this is rape. She can call the deal off any day. But she then will face the consequences of her life choices, and that is frightening. Fake. This is a form of sexual assault. Rape, too, if I'm not mistaken. Reach out to women's centers, secure yourself a place to stay, then get out, and report him to the police. Edit. I'm not wasting any more of my time arguing the nuances here, so don't bother. Are there even mods on this sub? I cannot believe how many rude, unnecessary comments there are and no one is moderating. Literally half the comments are debating on whether or not this can be defined as rape, which is beyond unhelpful when OP is looking for advice, in a sub meant for advice. WTF. Why can't you work when you're pregnant? What about getting on unemployment or disability? Going to a crisis shelter? This all just seems fictitious. Troll. This is sexual assault and it's illegal. Like others have said, you should leave and go to a women's shelter. They will help you. Motherfucker. I can't imagine this level of evil exists in the planet. And it actually does. Where are you located? I'll see if I can find some local services for you. You can actually get this human trash arrested and press charges. Bro, that's disgusting ASF. Who makes a pregnant lady give head for rent? Sickos bruh. This sounds like a troll post. But I'm gonna insert myself here before this post gets locked or deleted. If you're a single mother, there are programs you can go to help you get a place. Look at your local community action. There is so many resources for a woman who is pregnant with limited financial resources. Anything would be better than your current arrangement. Also consider R.A.F.T.H.U.D. or other government programs, and Department of Transitional Assistance, but also be a good place to start. PM me if you need help with resources, I can help you look. I'm not trying to be a dick, but this sounds like a whole lot of bad choices. He def made one and is a piece of shit. But you didn't have to say yes. If you're smart enough to hop on Reddit for advice, you know how to use Google and look up resources and other routes than blowing him for rent. Anyway, good luck. Lots of good advice here. I recommend getting out of there ASAP. I need advice. Stop putting his penis in your mouth and get a job to pay for rent somewhere else. You really need advice on this? Lol. You stated you have family elsewhere. You aren't working, you have no friends, your boyfriend is in jail SND, you're about to have a baby. Exactly what's the reasoning for staying in the town you're in? This sounds more like someone a fantasy than reality, especially after reading OP's comments. Please get to a woman's shelter as soon as possible. They have shelters just for women with children, plus shelters have programs for people to get back on their feet. Get out and don't look back. I can't believe how disgusting your roommate is. It's making me angry. This is so absolutely fucked up. Leave now. Hell, I'll put you up in a room, just get out. I'd have him arrested for that shit. You're the only one who can change your situation, but you have to choose to take action. Have you applied for unemployment? Can you go home? A women's shelter surely would take you in. Please leave. Call a women's shelter if you think you can't find one. Let us know what city you live and we can try finding one for you. But please leave, this is not okay. I know some people are squabbling over the semantics of whether this rape or prostitution, and it doesn't matter, this is a violation of your dignity and human rights. Please, leave. Can you stay with your BF's parents or friends? You are carrying his child. I am assuming he gives a shit about you. I've never said this before, but having worked as a dome, I think this post is fake. It reads like many of the fantasies I've heard, and the response to comments only confirms. Going to a woman's shelter should have been first thought. Please update, and oh Lord, please be a good one. Info. You mentioned that you are unable to work due to pregnancy, could you please clarify? Why the hell would you ever do that? You have so many options and resources that can help you, especially if you are pregnant and unable to work. Sorry op, you are straight up stupid. There is great advice in this thread, you should seriously consider taking it. I've been homeless before, it sucks dick, but not literally. But you. Pregnant, women's shelter, anything, almost anything is better than sucking some dude's dick while you have a boyfriend, like holy crap man. Why? He's a poss. Call your friends and family or the landlord and explain the situation. I understand completely that you would like to keep a roof over you and your child's head, but his demands are eventually going to go further. You have to find somewhere, maybe a shelter to stay or a hotel to pay for the night. This is rape and it's not okay. Please try and get away. OMG, I'm so sorry you are in this situation. What city do you live in? Can I help you look for places? I'm really great at that kind of thing. I think you could go stay in a domestic abuse shelter for this. This is abuse that is happening in your home. Don't be ashamed. Us women do what we have to survive sometimes, but it is okay to feel sorry for yourself because this is sad and you deserve to be treated better. If possible, I would highly suggest you call your local YWCA. They have the resources to house you and get you counseling, and maybe even justice if you're ready. I think you may be able to get out of your lease if you are a victim of abuse or domestic violence. I would also try calling a women's shelter for more resources. I am significant other fucking sorry, girl. Please contact somebody, tell them what's going on. Anybody. This is wrong as all hell. Oh my fucking god. Please God give us an update if, when you get out or something changes, we all care and need to know that you're okay.